Impressions of my favorite books. By Ryūnosuke Akutagawa. As a child, my favorite book was Journey to the West. Even today, it remains one of my most beloved reads. I believe that no Western work of allegory can rival this masterpiece. Even Bunyan's renowned The Pilgrim's Progress pales in comparison. Another favorite of mine is Water Margin. I still read it with great enthusiasm. At one point, I had memorized the names of all 108 heroes in Water Margin. Even back then, I found it far more captivating than the adventure novels of Ashikawa Shunra or any other similar works. Before entering middle school, I was already engrossed in Nature and Life by Tokutami Roka, Haiku Reflections by Kogi, and A Theory of Japanese Landscapes by Kojima Yuzui. At the same time, I also enjoyed Natsume Saki's I Am a Cat, Kaika Izumi's Frison, and Ryoku's Ararazake. So, I cannot laugh at others. I, too, once had a phase like those young writers featured in Bunjei Karabu's record of young literary figures, who proudly listed Tolstoy, Tsubauchi Shik, and Maki Kijitsu among their influences. After graduating from middle school, I read a variety of books, though none stood out as particular favorites. However, in general, I was drawn to the dazzling novels of writers like Wilde and Gautier. This preference likely stemmed from my own temperament, but it was also, without a doubt, a reaction against the naturalistic novels in Japan, which had begun to bore me. Yet, around the time I was about to graduate from high school, my tastes and perspectives underwent a significant transformation. I suddenly found myself unable to appreciate writers like Wilde and Gautier. It was during this period that I became deeply fascinated with Strindberg. At the time, I felt that any work of art lacking the forceful dynamism of Michelangelo was nothing more than rubble. This shift in perception was likely influenced by books such as Jean Christophe, which I had read around that time. This mindset persisted until after I graduated from university. However, over time, my reverence for fiery, passionate energy gradually faded, and about a year ago, I began to be drawn to books that possess a quieter kind of power. That said, mere quietness alone does not interest me. A book without strength holds little appeal. In this regard, novels by Stendhal, Marime, and, among Japanese writers, Saikaku, are both enjoyable and beneficial to me at present. As a side note, I recently picked up Jean Christophe again, but it failed to move me as it once did. This led me to wonder if books from that phase of my life no longer held any value for me. However, when I tried reading a few chapters of Anna Karenina, I found it just as profound and compelling as before.